Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Sappico che le cose belle con so felino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Skanking to the beat, it's a IRA feeling. Beltway Ben, happy Friday. It's a good day to be alive, Beltway Ben.
It is.
They all are.
They all are.
Cherish each one, brother. Cherish each one. You got a lot more ahead of you than me, my friend.
No.
I will make a wager
I can't wait to hear
that
this.
you have more days ahead of you wearing contacts than I have left on this planet.
Well,
Contacts are going to show up, and then you're going to get a contact
I'm not going
endorsement
to hold my
deal.
breath.
Now, the only caveat would be if you get the free LASIK, and then all bets are off because that's
All right, the LASIK could be over.
I should frame it as you will spend more days the rest of your life living carefree, being able to see without the help of spectacles, than I will be present on the planet.
No, I disagree.
I mean, that's not a bad. That could be a win-win, Ben. I mean, I'm not capping the number of days, right? I mean, that could be a win-win.
I just hope my eyes are. I hope my eyes get fixed. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that would be
I didn't
great.
wear glasses at all, whatsoever, in high school, and I definitely should have. I'd be the kid who would take a picture of the screen and have it on my phone and be writing it.
Yeah, yeah. Rocco used to do that, and then we're like, "No, you're getting glasses."
That's
Yeah.
that's what mine was. Yeah, my mom's like, "Yeah, no."
Mateo's always needed them. Chloe somehow never needed them.
That's crazy.
Rocco around middle school, his teachers were like, "Something's up," and then he needed them. But like, it wasn't like he needed them like right away. It was like, yeah. Anyhow, we'll get you squared away. Should we be wearing bibs, Beltway Ben? Should we be wearing bibs?
Let me double check. I don't think.
Okay.
Because I don't think if the Discord counts, yes, but the Discord I don't think counts.
I mean, we make the rules, Beltway Ben.
We do, but
We
I
make-
think that's another reason. Get to real quick to the Discord. Another smash, Jason. You could talk about what you did in there because I know you handled great business, but I'll put that up on the screen real quick, just for anybody's not in there.
Yeah, so I had a plus 178 money line parlay in NCAA that hit. I didn't give out 5 of them. I gave out 1. We also loved College of Charleston yesterday. Now that was 11 a.m. tip. It didn't make any. I wasn't going to play it the day before. The lines weren't out in time, and it didn't make sense. But we jumped it. We got it at minus 4.5, minus 110. College of Charleston ended up laying, I think, 6.5 at the end of the day, and they covered it by a bajillion. The money line parlay, the only sweat was at Towson. Woo, dude, Tejada and Williamson combined for 4 points, 58-56. You want to talk about a throwback game where you were on the under in the in HQ, Hoops HQ, no?
No, I was on Towson to cover. So we're 2-2. Hopefully we can finish strong here. But I wanted to ask you, you were there. I was reading things got a little feisty on the bench.
It was chippy.
What between Tejada and Scary? What?
I mean, I didn't see that, and we were sitting, near their bench. It got chippy between Towson and Elon.
Mm.
And Tejada flexed over a kid at one point in time, and I don't think Scary might have liked that. But it was a weird game. I mean, It was a weird game. But Towson prevailed because of their defense. Look, we damn near hit a Kuminga plus 750 double play. We came 1 rebound short, but I stand behind that call all day. If somebody else in the gambling world was espousing that, show them to me. And Ben, you're destroying live betting. I mean, I'm like, you guys know, I'm not a bullshitter. Like Beltway Ben, when he's watching an NBA game and he puts something in the live bet on the Discord, it's like EF Hutton back in the day.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want to BS you guys either, and I'm not trying. As Jason mentioned, like this is not. I mean, this is you have to pay for this. This isn't like it's not a cheap thing. I understand the economy. I understand everything. I'm not saying you guys are full. I mean, I do think you miss out with some of the stuff, but to be fair, one thing with me always with betting has been live betting because I like feeling a game 12 to 18 minutes in and seeing the way a guy goes, seeing the matchup he has. And if he hasn't gotten it going early, I think we can steal some value. A lot of people were on Luka for 10+ boards yesterday because you face a Suns team who struggles on the glass. I didn't play it. I didn't play Ayton either. And you guys know I like to attack revenge spots, but Ayton is such a lazy-ass player. I just stayed away from him that game. But I see Luka at halftime with 4. His number was 8+ for -220 on DraftKings, but -130 for 8+ on FanDuel. Again, I'm shopping around. I immediately send it. He comes out and grabs 3 boards in the first 3 minutes, gets his 8th, gets us there with no sweat, and he didn't grab another one. So if you got the value with us, it was in time, but we've been doing it a lot. We've cashed a lot of plus money plays. I like to attack college basketball home favorites that are down 6 to 8 points later in the game, or early in the second half where we know they can go on a run. We're really, really pulling the live markets. And again, as Jason mentioned earlier, I didn't send Luka Doncic's rebounds, LeBron's, and everybody else's. I'm not sending you guys random stuff that I'm throwing at the wall hoping. I'm sending you what I'm playing, what I like live, and we're not hitting 1 of 10 and flexing it. No, we're having a lot of success in that super Discord. So again, if you're not signed up, and I understand, but it's opportunity to talk to us as well.
What it is.
It plays, but we're there every day.
We're glad we have that avenue. It fills a lot of holes. Can you switch to the last night?
Oh no, I think this is 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Hold 1 second.
No worries. Ben had a lot going on. He was helping his girlfriend's dad with a bunch of stuff this morning. That's definitely a couple days old. It's all good.
No, that's I think that's yesterday. But I just see. No, I have it. 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, come on. There we go.
Eureka.
Oh.
Flambe.
Not now.
Bamboozled.
All right, here we go. It's loading in.
Gesundheit. Hey.
There we go.
There you go. Everything I gave out on this show yesterday won. The things I couldn't give out on this show yesterday in terms of betting point spread sides won. It was a great night. Most of these were absolute blowouts. We got to give a special shout out to the Kangaroos, Beltway Ben. Did you see what happened there? Like, these guys are down 11 with 12 seconds left, and somehow South Dakota State still covers. Like, are you effing like bro? They're committed to the bit. I love those crazy. Are they marsupials? Is a kangaroo a mammal?
Listen,
I think they might be. I think kangaroos might, because the pouch, I think, makes them marsupials. Anyway, and how about the Charlotte Hornets? They are a machine. UMBC. How about that, Beltway Ben? The beast of the America East.
They are. UMBC, Jason was on it before most. I shot him down. I thought it was Vermont's conference to win again, as always. And it looks like they're going to do it. It would be very exciting. They would host.
Let's go to a game.
You've been all over them. You had a killer night. I was 2-2. We lost 2 play. Well, we didn't lose. The second one, we just got, it wasn't as good of odds with the parlay, but it would have been plus whatever if Rui Hachimura played. He gets ruled out. But we had Russ Westbrook's assist. He gets ruled out. So then it's just Najee Marshall cash in the first half. That was a good feeling or early in the second. Memphis on the money line. I don't bet frauds. And if you acknowledge someone's a fraud, just live with it and deal with it.
Betrug. Brother Rafa stepped up again. Fraud in German.
Oh, did he email us?
Betrug.
Did he email us? I didn't even see.
It's a great email. You got to check it out, and then you and I need to talk about it because it's pretty interesting.
Shout out to Rafa. Penny's a fraud. There's no other way to word it. There's no other way to talk about it. He is a true fraud.
Should I put up a card? I mean,
he's done.
Should we make this formal? Let's show our faces here. The people know we're up 80 units since May 21st. I mean, are we sure it should be yellow and not straight red?
I'm not. You can.
Let's go straight red.
You can. Yeah, I'm holding myself.
He's out. Yeah, straight red. Straight red for Penny Hardaway and anything Penny Hardaway coaches. There you go. I'm writing it up. What's today's date? Like the 28th or something? Penny Hardaway.
27.
If anybody looks up the marsupials thing, I am interested to know. Penny Hardaway 228. Straight red. I think that's unprecedented in the history of the show. You'd think Cristobal would have beat him to the punch, but no.
No, Christopher went on.
Christo Fraud got yellowed for. He didn't get a straight red.
Christopher pulled off a run down the stretch that kind of shut people up. So I got to give it to him.
He did. Okay. So that's the preamble. That's everything, right?
Yeah.
Betrug. How about the word bet is in the German word for fraud? I find that fascinating.
That is interesting, and that does. I think it means something for one of it.
I think it means something. All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
By the way, live bets are fire money. I'm telling you, live bets. We're having success in the live betting markets.
Rock and roll. All right. We're going to start with a plus money play. A shout out to Ken, who has a I guess Ben's in the process of naming the lobster after Ken.
I got to figure out how to.
No, you just get these little, just go to like Staples or whatever, and you get, these, what are these, like little sticky things. And then like that's Cody's right there.
Right. Yeah, the Staples near me went out of business, but
if I see you, I have a bunch. I would get them like when my kids would get autographed balls. You know what I mean? And you can't like read it.
Right.
So I would buy these and then you'd get the ball holder and I would just write, like Gunnar Henderson, the date at Bowie, what he did that day. You know what I mean? Like, and put the sticker on the ball holder. All right. So Ken got us on the Dayton and we started doing work on Dayton, and Ken in the Discord was telling people to bet Dayton on the money line against St. Louis when they were like 15-point dogs or whatever. And he was right. We like Dayton going to GW tonight. Look, Dayton, since getting blown out by 31 the first time they played St. Louis, have been doing the job. They turn around and beat them by 15 the other night. They've won and covered 4 straight games. All their offensive and defensive metrics are ticking up. GW is their superpower is their offense, but Dayton's the number 3 defense in the conference. If you look at it from an efficiency and EFG standpoint, Dayton's playing with a lot of confidence, and we think Dayton's live to beat GW tonight. GW is only 4-5 against the spread their last 9 at home. If you look around, you can take 4 points or so with Dayton. This opened at plus 176. The only place you can find it at plus 150 now is FanDuel. Everybody else is already down to 140 or 145, and I think it's going to keep going in that direction. But Dayton are fighting for positioning in the A10 tournament, and we like the way they're playing. So hat tip to Ken. We're riding the Flyers, baby.
First down for me. Speaking of this Discord, 2 days ago, because this is such a highly anticipated game, I gave out Michigan, Illinois over 155.5, and I said by tip-off, I think it would be up at least 2 points. Here we are at 11:21 a.m. Eastern time. I do think by tip-off, it goes up another number. Right now, it's 158.5 at some books. FanDuel still has it at 157.5 for now. But again, there's going to be money coming in on the over. We talk about totals in college basketball all of the time and how I feel I'll still do it sometimes, but when I need one team to play at another's pace. We don't need that here. We need both of these teams to play at their pace. It's similar to what we had in the Purdue-Michigan game, where that game was over by the 8-minute mark in the second half. It happens a lot in these types of matchups. Illinois, we've seen them turn out some NBA players recently. Michigan, we know how dominant this team is, and they've struggled a little bit their last 2 games. One is against Duke, who has a top 2 defense in the country. That's understandable. And the other was a game against Minnesota, which is just a very odd. It was Michigan coming off a loss, definitely looking past that one, making sure they can get right for this one. And they're a favorite on the road here. I don't know that their offense is going to hold them back like it did against Duke. Illinois doesn't get after you. They're not as physical as that Duke team is, but they can score a little bit more, and they will be willing to play that fast pace that Michigan wants to. It's going to be a running game. Who can score more points? I think both teams score in the 80s. And again, like, it's not your vintage Big Ten ugly 65 games. Like, these 2 teams are 2 more NBA built, run and gun, get to the bucket, get to the free. Like, these teams can score a lot. And I just, in a matchup like this, and I'll be quite honest with you, 2 weeks ago, looking at Michigan ahead, and because I'm trying to look at futures and March Madness coming up and everything, and just looking at scheduling wise, when I saw this game, I don't care what the number is. I was going to play the over because I didn't think it would be valued enough. And the fact that on Wednesday I could get it at 155.5, I felt pretty good about it. Again, because I thought it would be a little higher. just given the nature. But Michigan's offense hasn't been clicking as much lately. I do think they get right tonight against Illinois, even though it's on the road. Michigan, Illinois over 157.5 and minus 106.
Sweet. Second down. Let's stay in college hoops. Miami of Ohio Redhawks. This is the Redbirds. This is Mateo's team. He hates when I wear this hat, but oh well. At Western Michigan. Look, I got in on this at minus 12.5. You can now find it at minus 11.5. Price ever so juiced at 112 at the DraftKings. Miami just continues to hammer people. They had a little blip a couple weeks back where the games were getting close. Not so much lately. Akron has pushed them enough that I think they've stayed motivated here at Beltway Ben, and clearly they want to remain undefeated. This is the number 1 offense in that conference against the number 13 defense. Miami of Ohio, the number 1 2-point offense in the conference versus the number 12 2-point defense in the conference. Miami of Ohio, also the number 2 efficiency defense in the conference. Miami of Ohio, I think you cover this number in part, Beltway Ben. They don't give possessions away. They are an elite ball handling team, and they are facing a Western Michigan team that creates virtually no turnovers themselves. I think we're going to get second chance shots. I think we're going to get easy cuts to the basket. And I think they're going to be able to run and gun. Miami of Ohio's covered 7 of their last 9 as a road favorite. They are 11-4 in their last 15 conference games against the spread. They've covered 5 in a row. They've covered 9 of their last 10 on the road, and Western Michigan is 2-6 against the spread their last 8. We also like Iona at home, laying 12 minus 110 at the Bet 365. Riders stinks. Riders at home been kind of sort of okay lately, but on the road, they really struggle. Regardless, Riders 1-5 against the spread their last 6 games. Riders covered 4 of 14 games on the road, Beltway Ben. And Ryder won the first meeting at home. So Iona, I think, has to be ready to play in this one. Ryder is the Ken Palm number 357th team in the country. That's out of 365. Iona's covered 6 of their last 9, Beltway Ben. They've covered 6 of their last 8 at home.
Second down for me. I don't love a ton in the NBA tonight, so I did end up.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, maybe I'll get to Joker triple double on the Discord if I see where that goes through the course of the day. But
yeah, I do have one of those plays on 4th down, but there's just not, again, NBA Friday night, college basketball doesn't have much.
I'm not going to force it.
No, absolutely not. And that's another thing with the Discord again. It's 6, 7 p.m. Find a line, you send it in there, played that way. And I think, as I said, it's crucial for props, just because props aren't valued as much right now. You don't have as many guys out there right now. But here, we did find a few things we like in this Knicks game. Knicks on the money line, Jalen Brunson, 20-plus points, Cat, 8-plus rebounds, minus 108. This matchup, I don't buy anything the Bucks have. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I think they know where they're at. They know they're in a really bad spot, and the Knicks are playing for something while the Bucks are done. They're not playing good basketball. They're not really a very good team, especially with no Giannis, and they're going to try to flip him in the offseason, I'd bet. But the Knicks need this win. Jalen Brunson and Knicks wins. He has 20-plus points in almost every win that they've had this season. And Cat, I do think his rebound line's a little bit mispriced. It was lower than I expected. This is a guy that can grab 10 boards in every single game he plays in. 10 is like minus 178. But for this, I brought it just to 8. Minus 108, I'm fine. It's not too much juice. I would have liked to get plus money here, but again, I think the 2 rebounds could be a difference for Cat. We just took him for 8+. So Brunson, 20-plus points, Cat, 8+ rebounds, and the Knicks on the money line, which you can find at minus 108.
Hot Zeit. Don't be a betrug. Let's get to the footy. Had a real nice week in Champions League. Pretty strong in Die Bundesliga. Last week, let's keep it going with the Hoff. The Hoff. The Hoff is on fire. We don't need no water. Ben, take it.
Let
the
bleepy
bleepy burn. Burn, bleepy bleepy, burn. You don't know that? Never heard that before?
No.
The roof.
Oh, yeah, the roof is on fire.
Roof is
I think maybe
fire.
I've heard you.
The Hoff. The Hoff. The Hoff is on fire. All right, St. Pauli. Traveling to the Hoff. This is a 9:30 a.m. kickoff tomorrow on the ESPN Plus. We're laying -1 at +175 with the Hoff. The Hoff are dominant at home, 8-0-3. 27 goals scored, just 13 conceded. St. Pauli struggle on the road, Beltway Ben. 1 win, 2 draws, 9 defeats on the road. St. Pauli have scored just 9 times on the road. They've conceded 22. On the road recently, people like Augsburg have been good for 2. Wolfsburg have been good for 2. They concede, again, quite a bit on the road. How about the Hoff at home? How's it been going for them? 3-0, 3-1, 1-0. That was against Bayer Leverkusen at a time when Leverkusen were turning it up. 5-1, 4-1, 3-0, 3-1. The Hoff played with their food last week, which they haven't done in a long time, and messed up and conceded and gave some points away against Cologne. Coming back home off of that, I just think this is a smash spot. You know, we're already on them to score at least 3 team goals as part of a parlay from earlier in the week. And then we've got a little EPL parlay. Aston Villa to beat Wolves today. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff on the USA Cable Network. And then we like the Bournemouth Cherries to do the job tomorrow against Sunderland. Moneyline parlay +229. Look, if you just want to play Aston Villa by themselves, and I got it at -110. I'm not sure how much that's moved. A lot of places had it -110, -112, around there when I played it yesterday. For these purposes, I didn't want to double dip. Look, Wolves have not won at home all season, Beltway Ben. I'm not worried about going to Wolves. They've been fighting and scrapping lately. They're not going to be the worst team in Prem history. They also know they're going down. Nothing they can do can keep them from being relegated. Villa are hitting the wall. Villa are not a top 4 EPL team, despite being in the top 4 most of the year. Villa's squad size is becoming a problem, but Villa also know if they want to stay in Europe, you got to get 3 points today. And I think they pulled out all the stops to get the 3 points today against a Wolves team that has been cute running around getting these 1-1 ties. But really, it's almost March. The season's over. And I just think the Villains know that the 3 points here will be crucial to them getting to Europe next year. So I like that. And then look, Bournemouth is playing Sunderland tomorrow. Sunderland suck on the road, and Sunderland are one of these teams that have nothing to play for, Ben. They're not being relegated. They're not going to Europe. Like, it is what it is. They nobody could beat them at home. Then they found a way to lose a couple at home. Sunderland on the road have scored 6 times this season in 13 road matches. Bournemouth have figured out life after Semenyo. I think they win the match. So +229 at the Fanatics had the best price on this.
Third down for me. I couldn't get off of this. We're going to play Cam Spencer, 10+ points.
Represent.
Absolutely.
Lake Avenue, baby. Lake Avenue in the house.
Anytime you get a chance to bet on a guy from the area, a guy you played against, all those things, it's fun. And for me, it's frustrating with how they're handling him. Like he's this vet that they need to let the younger guys get run in front of him. Like, this is a dude that can fill it up. We've seen him score. And I know you want to learn a little bit more about some of the younger guys.
9.5 healthy guys, right? Like, I mean, what are we doing?
No, it's crazy. His minutes are down, and that's what scared me a little bit. But this is a kid who can fill it up in 18 minutes if you really need him to. I mean, he's an efficient scorer. He's a guy that really knows how to put the ball in the basket, can get to the free throw line, has a dog mentality, and that's why I like him so much. He's not a little baby. And I hope they do keep him on the court. It scares me. The blowouts hurt a little bit, but Walter Clayton coming in, him controlling the ball a little bit more. Again, Walter Clayton, solid player, young player, but I don't know. Cam Spencer is a legit dog in this league. I know he hasn't been doing it a lot lately since the minutes are down around 20 to 22 minutes. Dog. But Meatball's a legit dog.
Meatball's a legit dog. Lilo's a legit dog. Did I have it framed up there?
Yeah.
Kona's a legit dog. Does that look all right? I can't see.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Kona's getting a good solid run there.
Yeah, it's a little bit low. Yeah.
A little bit low. Hey,
yeah, there you go. It's even lower now. There. Low.
I'll figure this out one of these things.
All right. But no, Cam Spencer, 10+ points, -130. Yeah, right there's good. Minus 130. It's a little bit of juice, but again, this is a guy that was doing it with regularity when they were getting him in the 27 to 30 minutes range. And some of these games have been blowouts. I don't know that this matchup is, because both of these teams are struggling and they're tanking. And we talked about it. We did it the other night. with the Najee Marshall assist, and that played in our hands. So I do think it's going to be a tight game, which should keep Cam Spencer on the court at least in crunch time. Hopefully, we can get closer to 25 minutes here.
Excellent. Fourth down for me. Going back to the Hoff, man. I'm not triple betting it, but I'm double betting it. I guess this is technically fourth and weird. It could also maybe count as fourth and short because it involves a score first. Hoffenheim to win that match. Hoffenheim to score first in that match. Hoff to score at least twice in that match. I jumped on this at the beginning of the week at plus 100 at Bet 365. I was shocked. It was still there. Look, the Hoff have scored first in 7 of their last 8 matches at home. St. Pauli, like, they don't score on the road at all, and they really don't score on the road in the first half. They've scored they've scored first in 2 of their last 10 road matches. The Hoff are coming into this match pissed off after the last one. St. Pauli usually reserves. Honestly, it's crazy, man. If you study how they score, they get a ridiculous percentage of their goals from substitutes, like from the 75th minute on. Like, that's when St. Pauli comes to life. We think and hope it's 3-0 by the time that shite happens, if it happens at all in this game. But we think it's a smash spot for the Hoff.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Cam Spencer. We'll play him over 7.5 field goals attempted, minus 120. I said, like, I would like to see him play more minutes. Scottie Pippen being back and healthy, but Scottie Pippen's not that young. Put Cam Spencer on the court. 7.5 shots. This is an aggressive guy. I talked about it earlier. He's got a dog mentality. He wants to do things well. He wants to, get dirty, get on the court and do things. I would expect him to be there. I like Cam Spencer to shoot some shots here. I know he's not over it a lot lately, but I said it with the minutes and all of those things. So I'm going to take another chance here with him. 7.5 field goals attempted. Again, field goals attempted are fun because as soon as the ball leaves his hand, you're feeling good. Like, it's not, oh, please go in, please go in. So no, I like him over 7.5 field goals attempted at minus 120. And then a little bit of a longer play here. Not great value, I would say. I mean, for a parlay, but it's still plus money. Plus 102. The Thunder on the money line, SGA 20 plus points, and then Jokic 20 and 10. 20 plus points, 10 rebounds, plus 102. Every time Jokic touches the court, this is, pretty regular for him. I think he'll get it here against a Thunder team. We know the rivalry kind of that's built there. SGA's back. He's going to be getting to the free throw line. He's not going to play 38 minutes, but I do think he'll still play, 28, 32, and somewhere around there. And that's something he's been able to get. Quite honestly, it's 3 quarters, and I know they're going to time it out, so it's not – he's still going to get time in the fourth quarter. But minutes-wise, he gets 20-plus points before the end of the third quarter almost every single game. I know he's been out. I know it's going to take some time to get his rhythm back. But one thing about him, you don't need rhythm to get to the free throw line. He knows how to get there and always will. So I do think he gets there. I think they win with him back. There's some energy. They won some games, but they still do need SGA back to make this little run. I think they're going to start it off here against the Nuggets, who've I just can't really buy what they're selling. So Thunder on the money line, SGA 20 plus points, Jokic 20 plus points, and 10 plus rebounds, plus 102.
Maybe it's not Bibbs, but it's at least we gotta at least get some crab mouth going, don't you think?
I like that.
All right, but wait, Ben. Oh
yes. Overtime, as you guys know, we are going 30 teams in 30 days, talking about MLB teams. And to be quite honest with you, I love MLB player props. I love futures props. But early on, I don't have a lot of things that I love and I am going out of my way to bet because I don't know that they're being valued the way that I believe they should for the numbers you're trying to get, because MLB is so inconsistent and so injury-riddled, guys going on the IL for 10 to 15 days, and there is your futures prop busted right there. So I take a risk here or there, but I'm not going to give you guys a play for every single team. I'll talk about leans. I'll talk about how I feel, and I'll start here with the Angels. There's got to be a number of OGs in here who remember my push for them to make the playoffs last year.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I wanted Ron. I wanted it to work.
Made it interesting.
It wasn't a bad read if they would have handled it how I said they needed to.
I mean, a lot went wrong. The skipper got sick. I mean, there was a lot.
Right. It was just it was tough.
Love
it was, yes, we absolutely do. And I'm glad that he's going to flourish. But listen, new manager now. They're trying to figure things out. By the way, I do think him with that infield, like you bring Arias in to San Francisco, he needs to work on second base. I think Ron Washington will get, because we know the infield whisperer he is. I do think he's a good fit there at this point in his career. You guys know how we always talk about how much we love him, but it was probably time for the Angels to move on. And the situation, it's ugly, whatever. They're not in a good spot. And this is not an official play. It's a lean, 70.5 wins. Jason, I know you're going to get to a prop in a second. Detmers was deadly in the bullpen. I loved it. I was buying it. I thought maybe we stick with it. But as for most young pitchers, all right, we saw 1 year there. Now we want to get him back to a starter. He wants to get back to a starter because that's how he's going to get paid the money that he wants. That being said, you went out and added Kirby Yates, who's way too old. You added a bunch of, ants to the bullpen, which that was my biggest concern with you last year. You could score 8 runs, but giving up 10, you're going to lose. Same thing here.
Math works.
Yeah, that's exactly how math works. That's how your team's built. And that's how you're going to do things. You'll score runs. I was trying to find ways to get there on Neto. But again, it just wasn't I love Neto. I think Neto is one of the better leadoff hitters in the league. I think he's legit. I know he dealt with some injuries last year, but he's going to be back. That hasn't been a thing for him throughout his career in the minors. I know they rushed him up pretty quickly, but this is a guy who's been healthy through the majority of his career. I like Neto. I couldn't get there on a prop. I like Shannonwell in the 2 spot. I like their lineup. I think it's fine. Taking out Taylor Ward's going to hurt them a little bit. But still, I couldn't get there. I like their over. I lean their over because I think their offense will do enough, but I don't think they're a playoff team again. I was also trying to find Grayson Rodriguez strikeout props because I would take a risk on a long shot if he is. I don't think he's going to, but if he is able to start 28 to 32 games, we know how many guys he can strike out.
How can that be?
Because look at, if he gets back to right, we know how he feels. We know how he talks about it.
I don't think he ever threw 130 in the minors.
We'll
His
see.
whole life. Like, I'm not even talking majors.
They're
They're
pretty bad with how they handle guys as well.
So just let it. You're saying let it fly.
Wouldn't be surprised. If he's rolling. We'll see.
Yeah.
Listen, I think he's gonna. He was 98.5 the other day. If he's on the bump, he's legit. We'll see.
Can he stay healthy though? And
yeah,
how many innings are in that arm?
But that's why I was talking long shot.
No, I know.
Of course, you can't get it because of the injury stuff, and you don't know the innings restriction.
Look, I did make a play here. It was a small play. I like Joe Adell to hit 40 home runs. I like Joe Adell. Like following Joe Adell in the minors. Some guys are just late bloomers. And like you mentioned, I like the lineup a lot too, even without Ward. This guy, though, I think will flourish this year because he knows he's going to play every day. Like all that up and down, back to Salt Lake. Like, no, man, this guy's going to play every day. If you have a slump, you're going to play every day. I also think this could be the worst team in the American League. And so let it fly, dude. Like, I don't think you're going to be in a lot of close and late situations to cut down on your swing and try to find a gap. Nah, man. Like, let's see. You hit 37 last year. Let's see if you can hit 40 this year. I also think he's another guy that if the bottom really falls out there, Beltway Ben, could you imagine this guy in Yankee Stadium or something like that? Woo! Woo! He's got the power. He's got the power to smash through. What do they call that? The layer, like the sea foam layer, like the out there, like in Orange County,
with
all the
rocks
coming in off. No, like it's like a barometric thing. It's like it's hard to hit home runs at certain times of the day in that ballpark,
right,
because of like the way that the barometric pressure, blah 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 blah. It like comes in off the ocean. He's got prodigious natural power. He's going to be playing the outfield every day, and I think their season's going to be over by Memorial Day. Should it be more than 450? Yeah, I think it should be. But that's where it is at DraftKings. That's where it is at Bet365. At some other places, frankly, it's worse than that, which is kind of effed up. But I believe in Joe Adell. Real quick, I know we're going long. One of the coolest things I've ever seen in a major league game. We're sitting in Camden Yards in center field. This is before they bastardized the stadium for the 5th time or whatever. You know, the old wall where you could climb the wall before they made the walls, before they effed the stadium up. Joe Adell jumps up, robs a home run, knocks a kid's like chicken nuggets and stuff over. Joe Adell did nothing wrong. I mean, Joe Adell is doing his job. Like, I don't know whether it could have been fan interference. It doesn't matter because you know what I mean? He caught the ball. The play's dead anyway. He turns around, sees what happens, immediately is like so apologetic. Like he knocked the kids like, I think like this Kool-Aid fell on him or whatever. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's talking to the mom. Dude, goes into the dugout. I've never seen this before in my life. The start of the next half inning to come out for infield, he's got an autographed bat in his hand. During the freaking game. runs out there, gives the kid the autographed bat before he starts chucking the ball around with Trout.
Yeah, Joe Adell's a real one. That's awesome.
That was
Good guy.
freaking awesome.
You don't find many guys in baseball like that. Baseball players are a-holes.
Me,
Joe
I'm
Adell.
like turning to Mateo and Rocco. I'm like, dude, I think he's bringing a bat out to this kid. He did.
Yeah, Joe
I
Adell.
mean, that's not why I made the bet, but it's
Right. But when you like it, yeah, no.
I root for Joe Adell.
I did too. And also, like, last year, he spent time at Tread or Driveline, and that, like, talked about how much that changed everything for him. He's a lot more confident. Yeah, I don't dislike the play at all. He was 4th in the AL last year with 37. I don't dislike it. I'm not going to tell everyone we put out. But no,
And I'm not. I know I've given out some here. Trust me, I'm not. I've got like 5 of these or 6 for the whole league, so I'm not a glutton. All right, you want to put up last night's results? Beltway Ben.
Yes. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Onward and upward. Part of me wants to say something about getting to a certain point and then putting the bibs on, but I feel like every time I say that, we get to that point and then I F it up and we don't stay at that point. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But if that's the kind of thing you want to profess at some point, Beltway Ben, then by all means, you do that.
All right, yeah, guys, I think if we get to 100 units, I think we'll just put the bibs on for a good day. Just because we get there and we've been trying to get there. I think we're going to get there very soon. And that's how I feel.
Hey, it's your world. I'm just living in it, Beltway Ben. I would happily don the bibs in such a scenario. We will continue working on getting Ben LASIK surgery and or a contacts endorsement. You can find us in the Discord all the time. We will be, we're looking at these markets all the time. And when we see something we like and we play, we put it in there. You can scan the QR code or go to our Twitter and get that information. Ben, what are we thinking tomorrow?
9:30.
Sweet. Rock and roll. 9:30 tomorrow. You want to bet. We want to bet. Don't be a betrug. Thank you, Ruse. Thank you, Ruse. Thank you, Ruse.
That was good.